Hi, this is Brandon from ThirstGym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the Anderson squat, also commonly called the back squat off pins. This is a great concentric only exercise used to develop the strength and power of your lower body, in particular your squat pattern. If you happen to be a powerlifter, this is a great way to develop the starting strength in the bottom of your squat. So if you're really weak in the hole, this might be a great way to hit some PRs. If you're an athlete, this is also a great exercise to develop strength and power in season without banging your body up in the process. So we're going to show you how to set things up and then how to perform it. What you're going to do is you're going to want to get a rack that's got a rod and pin based system or some kind of pins that you can adjust towards your height. My ideal suggestion is to find an area to where the bar is around belly button height. It's a good place to start. You will need to adjust it based upon your own mechanics, but I do know if you want to try to take some guesswork out, that can save you about 5 minutes. The other thing is you want to make sure you have a quality bar that you can use, but also make sure that it's a bar that your gym owner doesn't mind, might take some beating. We are going to be dropping several hundred pounds on here, not just obviously from dead height, but it is going to be repeatedly hitting it. Just make sure your gym owner is okay with that, and everything should be okay. I know we have designated bars that we allow to be banged up for today's demonstration purpose. I just have a general power bar, but if I had an athlete here who's going to try to use 600 pounds, I have a particular bar I prefer them to use that I don't care that gets trashed. So when it comes to an exercise like this, like I said, it's concentric only. What that means is we're going to take the stretch shortening cycle out of the back squat exercise and basically just focus on the concentric only or just standing up portion of it. The stretch shortening cycle is great. It's going to let you usually lift more weight, be more powerful, be more springy, be a better athlete. However, there's many times that we want to work on starting strength in particular or particular range of motion like in a power lifter. In this case, if you're a power lifter, you're probably going to be around that 90-degree range of hip flexion in terms of you're trying to improve. That's always the hardest part of the squat, if not a little bit above, because again, that stretch shortening cycle. If you're an athlete, you're going to be around that 90-degree range, give or take. Don't have to be as stickler on it. You just want to make sure you're in a good, strong, athletic base position. Your butt's not between your ankles, but you're also not just going to be standing up with it like that. Once you've got all this portion set up and you've got that part understood, it's really easy to do outside of that. So it's just going to be like our standard back squat, but we're going to start from the bottom and we're going to stand up off the pins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get underneath here. Got this on my traps. I'm in a good quality position. I can feel my whole foot. Big breath. Make sure I look forward. Stand up strong. Come back. Stand up strong. Come back. Just like that. So, major concerns that I have with this exercise. The first one is when people perform the exercise, after they stand up, everything looks good. They come down and they bounce it off the pins to try to continue to go over and over and hit multiple reps. So my first suggestion is, one, don't bounce it off the pins. Get down the bottom, sit down there for about 2 to 3 seconds if you're going to do more than one rep, and then go again. My other suggestion would be just do singles. The nice thing is, only doing singles, you're going to stand up strong once, return controlled, you're going to get plenty of rest between your reps, and then you can hit as many sets as you need to accumulate the total amount of singles that you have programmed. The other thing is, as we set it down, unless if we sit down there for about 6 to 8 seconds, we're honestly going to have a little bit of that stretch shortening cycle energy still with us as we lower it. So that's why I think singles also work well. The other thing is you're not going to want to try to squat it from up here down into the pins. So don't set the pins up, set the bar up here, walk it out, squat down to the pins and come back. Again, we're talking about the eccentric loading there, but also it's going to bounce off and be all wobbly. And squatting to pins is not the same thing as squatting from pins. Again, we're trying to work on the starting strength of it. If that's something you want to do, my suggestion would be just box squat, and I think you'll see just as many benefits, if not more, from trying to squat it down to the pins. Now, to program this exercise, like I said, I'm already a big fan of singles. So if you're a power lifter, my suggestion would be on if this is your main exercise, basically just focus on accumulating some good quality singles, probably between 80 and 90%, and then take as much rest as you need. If this happens to be your supplemental exercise, so you've done your main back squat work and you're using this to address more of your weak points, then my suggestion would be do about 3 to 5 singles at probably 70 to 80%, focusing up, standing on good and strong, and building that power out of the bottom. And then you can build that up over the course of your training cycle. And then if you're an athlete, this works great for in-season or preseason athletes. I'm a big fan of concentric only based work. And the nice thing about this is it doesn't bang our athletes up, right? So we can work on developing speed and power without all that eccentric stress and load, with all the games, practices, and things they've got going on. Trying to manage stress is part of our job as strength coaches. And so this exercise fits the bill nicely because we continue to get stronger, more powerful, not beat them up, and see progress throughout the season. With athletes like that, usually probably 3 to 5 singles for the day is about the most you'd want to do, and probably don't let them get over that 85% range, as again, then we're going to be forcing a lot of CNS fatigue on them, and again, our goal is to try to make them better and make sure they're not drained. So that's the Anderson squat. If you got any questions about it, please feel free to leave in the comment section. I know I covered a lot of material and be happy to help you. Thanks. Have a great day.